Hey y'all, it's Mocha Mima. Welcome to my channel. If it's your first time here, extra special welcome. If you're back for more of the shenanigans, thanks. Did y'all like and subscribe? Hit that bell button, make sure it turns black so you get all the notifications. Remember, the thoughts, views, topics, and opinions expressed in this video are those of Mocha Mima and for entertainment purposes only. Now y'all, I felt I had to do this video because of something that has been coming up a lot. Um, when I first came on the YouTube space and started listening to videos and watching stuff, I heard people talk about pick me. She's a pick-Meisha, all this kind of stuff. I'm like, what the heck are they talking about? A pick-Meisha? What the heck is that? So after a while, I realized what a pick-Meisha was. And then, y'all, I had to realize me at my big old age, I was a pick-Meisha for most of my life. But what happened was I evolved from being that girl. So, in case you don't know, in case there's someone listening that doesn't know what a pick-Meisha is, or a pick-me girl, I looked up the definition on the Urban Dictionary. A pick-me girl is a person who tries to be different to impress men. Pick-me girls will constantly seek attention from males. Now, there's also pick-me boys, who is a boy craving too much attention, or a man, craving too much attention. Pick me boys will usually be the most annoying guys ever because they will say random things at the most random times. Child, I can't. And then there was an article also in the Root that talked about the whole pick me. They call it a pick heave thing for the men. So I'm gonna link all these things down in the description of this video. But it, this was on my mind because being a pick me doesn't have to go for romantic relationships. It can be for friendships. It's a form of, it's like wanting acceptance. And I know for me, feeling that way goes back to when I was a kid, wanting to be picked, starting with my mother. I come from a two-parent household, and so I'm not even going to say my father because everything was cool with him. I say it starts from my mother, from me not feeling like I was picked by my mother. It was always my sister over me or my brother. I'm the oldest one. So it was always, it was that feeling from my mother. And I know some of y'all probably can identify. If you can't identify, just, listen up and keep it in your back of the mind so you can notice it maybe with your kids or something that just keep up. Y'all keep up. So anyway, it was like my mother didn't pick me. So I went through life in school. I wasn't a leader. I was a follower because I wanted to be picked. I wanted to be liked. I try to do things to be funny so that people would like me. I try to do things to be daring so that people would like me. Like it was all these different things I did to be picked. So when I came here to YouTube and people brought it up and talked about it, I was like, God, that's me. And the thing about it was, I was in denial for a while. I didn't want it to be me. I didn't want to think I was that woman, that girl, because inside of a woman, there's always that little girl that's inside, and for me, that wounded little girl inside. So I had to think about it and realize that I am a pick me, and then I know that I had done some work in the past to get myself out of, being that person. So then I really had to start looking at the relationships I was in as far as friendships, because I'm not in a relationship, a romantic relationship now, and I haven't been in a long time, very long time. But I had to look at, friendships when you're friends with someone and you're doing too much, like you're going above and beyond. And part of it is you're going above and beyond and you're expecting the other person or people to reciprocate. And then when they don't, you get upset because you're not being picked. And I've been seeing a lot of that Now in my world, whether it's here on YouTube, whether it's my friends, whether it's stuff on the internet, it's people wanting to be picked to satisfy that need that you have in you, of the need of belonging, a need of a sense of purpose, a need to be loved. And like I said, all most for I know for me, and for probably for a lot of people, most things go. You can track it back to your childhood. If you really sit and think about it, you can track things back all the way back to your childhood. And starting with whoever your primary parent was. For many of us, it was our mother, who did the primary caregiving with us, or if your mother wasn't there, you lived with a father, a grandmother, aunt, whoever it was. But y'all know where I'm coming from. And I really had to look, and I really had to think about it. Think about the times where when I'm doing something, am I doing it to be picked? Am I doing it to carry favor with you? Or am I doing something out of the good of my heart, so that if I don't get the result that maybe I expected, I won't get mad and want to turn on a person? Like, what is my true motive? Like, we have to look at our motives in doing things. I know that in romantic relationships in the past, it was, it was that sense of being loved, being belong. You know what I mean? And not you know realizing that love and relations. You know what I mean when I say relations? Those are two different things. Not realizing that as a teenage girl, and then growing into a woman who has been married several times, who has children, like not understanding exactly what that was, and realizing that I was never taught what that was. Oh, that was just my speaker just went off. Um, not really knowing those things, like those are some things I know from my generation, because I'm older. I'm close to 60. Us not being taught that. So, the thing about it is that we have to start teaching our daughters, our granddaughters, our nieces, our nephews too. Like I said earlier, there's pick me boys. It's hard to teach these young people that to be satisfied within yourself, to love yourself, to have your self love. Now, I'm not saying I'm not totally recovered, because in a recovery process, when you're recovering from anything, you're not totally recovered. You're always striving to stay in the process. So I know for me, in the process of being a recovering Pick-Meisha, I have to think about what am I doing? Why am the first thing? Because the first thing that pops in my mind is to go to do something for someone. No, I need to slow down. I need to allow people their process and to do for themselves. And if they ask for help, if I'm able to help them, help them. Because we also have to learn as well. No is a complete sentence. Like telling someone no, that's a sentence. No. Can you do this for me? No. If they ask for an explanation, I don't have to give you an explanation. No, and that's it. So, y'all, with that, I'm going to leave it there, because I'm going to start rambling in a few minutes. If you like this video, please click that bell button, click that subscribe button, and follow me. I'll probably be coming with more videos like this, because I like when I can say what's on my heart and what I've been thinking about, instead of going to stuff on Instagram and all that and whatnot. So, y'all, thanks so much for coming by and listening, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.